Hi guys, welcome to the unboxing and full review of this ANRAN S02 solar wireless security camera. This is a brand new camera, really interesting device. What I have to tell you is that I already own an ANRAN system, like a whole security system from this company, which I have outside for more than a year in rain and wind and sun, heat, cold, whatever. And it's absolutely reliable. I never had any problems, no outages, no nothing. It works and works and works, and because it was so reliable, I thought, yeah, why not give it a try with this solar ANRAN camera. So let's see what we get in the box. What's really good that they include even the memory card. 32 gigabytes is usually sufficient for like a week or so of storage on average, I would say, but this is really good because usually these days it's very rare that we get also the storage card, and when you buy then a camera and you don't have the storage card, you have to order one and then wait for a week till you get it. So here's the instructions manual, and we can see also they have their website and they have their support, so it's not just like any no-name camera. Really nice instructions manual with everything what we need. Yeah, I'm not spending too much time for the instructions manual because you can find all the information also online, but it gives you some idea what we can do here, how to connect. But I'm going to show you everything here in this video anyway. So here's the solar panel. You can see it fills out everything till almost the very outside, so there's no big rim or so, and it's also not a heavyweight. I have one solar panel outside which is really heavy, and then it's difficult to mount, and when it's so lightweight like this one, it's much easier to mount. By the way, it still comes with a standard micro USB plug. This is really nice, so we can use it for everything. I guess it's 5 volts. Then we have the mount here and normal charging cable if you need, if you want to give it a first full charge at the beginning. It's always helpful, some mounting material. And then we have the camera here, everything nicely protected. Then we have the 2 antennas here which give more wireless range. So of course here's the mount for the camera, and this mount here is for the solar panel. So everything looks really nice, not too much metal. I love the thing here because many of these cameras come with a lot of metal, and usually the more metal you get, the more likely it is to rust. Looks really good. We have this opening here where we have to insert the SD card. We can charge it here. We have a reset and the power on, power off. Yeah, one thing I wanted to show you before we start, which is really important regarding the mount. The mount looks really stable, we're really flexible. We can turn it around here. We have a 180 degrees angle, and we also have this joint here which we can turn in almost every angle. You can see you can have it mounted upside down, or you can turn it around and then you have it from the bottom, or you have it from a wall. So you have all the possibilities which you need to mount it. And of course we don't have to have it like this to mount. We can remove this thing here easily and then mount only this thing here to the wall, and only then after that add the camera again to the mount. Very easy. This is as good as it gets. And this is how to insert the micro SD card. The pins go to the front where we have the lens. Don't worry, just push it inside straight and then push it fully down. You don't have to be worried that you cannot take it out anymore. Just push inside again and then you can release it. So it's very safe here inside. So let's give it a full charge, and while we are charging it, we can already download and install the app. So the camera is fully charged, didn't take too long. I think it was pretty good pre-charge. By the way, here's the opening. What I forgot to show you, we have this opening in the opening, which is really important if you want to power this from like a solar panel. If you just have one opening and then you have to plug it in, it's not really safe, it's not waterproof. If you have something like this and then you plug it in and then you have this power cable like here, in this small opening, then it's nicely protected. So I've opened the cable a little bit so I can show you that how this works. We have to plug it in. You can see it's really tight here. It's still very good secured. I have already a similar camera. I have it outside in the rain exactly like this, and there was absolutely no problem. I have it outside now since about half a year, and absolutely no problem. What we have to remove here is of course the protection here and here as well, so everything is good, nicely visible. And another important thing which I wanted to show you is that the lid, the opening, this flap here, is connected to the camera, so you cannot lose it. When you take it in, or you have to do something, you want to access the micro SD card, you have to open, maybe bring it in, and then put it outside again, something like that. And then if it's not connected, then you can't lose it. It's really important that it's connected. Some other cameras don't have it. I had it already with another camera, a very similar one like this, and no connection, and I put it on the side and I couldn't find it anymore, or I dropped it on the floor, couldn't find it anymore, so it's total loss, and I had to dump the camera because it's not waterproof anymore. And regarding the cable, again, you can see how long this is. It's really long. This is important that we have this separated. With a lot of solar cameras, or like solar powered cameras, the solar panel is fixed on top of the camera, and then when you want to point it like to the north, then there's no sun at this location and it won't charge and the battery will drain, and so you cannot use this for longer time. Here you can have the camera pointed to any direction, and then the solar panel still pointing south, or at least east or west, which usually is also enough. So when we want to connect it, we have to turn it on, of course, first, I think, with a long press. I'm not going to read the manual. Usually these cameras which are supported by the Cloud Edge app, which we are using here, are very intuitive. You usually don't have to look into the manual. It's everything straightforward. If you got this camera used, of course you have to reset. If it comes from the manufacturer, you don't have to reset, but everything is nice and clear here inside. So let's go to the app. I'm using the Cloud Edge since quite some time. If you don't have it, you can download it from the Google or Apple store. Here you have also the QR code. If you can't find it, you can scan it and then download it from the official store. So you don't have to download it from a third-party website where it's unsafe. It's from the official store, so you don't have to be worried. And after you have set up your account here on the Cloud Edge, you click on the plus, and we can click on the battery camera here.
Hold the device power button to start the device.
Yeah, we have already started this. We click on next.
The device by holding the reset button for 5 seconds.
Reset is not.
Wait for the indicator light to flash red.
Yeah, reset is not needed in my case. We have already the red light. We click on next.
Select the Wi-Fi network you want to sync with. Please choose a 2.4G network, then enter your network password.
Yeah, we got some information regarding the Wi-Fi, also really very good. You have to select a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. These cameras, all these cameras only connect to 2.4 gigahertz because then we have a large wireless reach. That's really important. Don't use 5 gigahertz. Even if a camera would support that, only use 2.4 gigahertz. Then we have to pick the Wi-Fi, right Wi-Fi, the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, where you have your device, like your phone, already connected. It's important to connect this, at least for the moment, when you are connecting this to the camera or the camera to the app. It has to be connected to the same 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi which you want to use to connect this camera. You can, after that, you can switch back to 5G, but during this moment when you want to connect, you have to be on the same 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. It's really important. When you click on next, you get confirmation about the Wi-Fi and the password. So I block this here. Just click on OK.
Remove the protective film from your camera lens.
Yeah, okay.
Tap next to show your QR code. Then hold the code in front of the camera lens at a distance of 5 to 8 inches.
Okay, we have already removed the film. Click on next. So we hold the QR code which we got in front of the camera, so we can scan it, and we get the confirmation that everything is okay. Then we click on next, and let's hope that it will connect. Yeah, already connected. We can give it a name. Okay, I called it ANRAN S02, like the model type 001, in case I want to buy more of these cameras. And we click on done, and we can already connect. I have something here in front of the camera, like a drill, and you can see it's already showing the image. I mean, it's not as fast as a wired camera, it's not possible, but it's exactly the same with all the battery powered cameras. They have a little bit of a delay, but not much. I would say this is still in a very good range here, and the quality seems really good. We have Wi-Fi 94%, battery is fully charged. If you have problems to connect, or I mean, anyway, I recommend during the whole process, when you try to connect, then move this antenna up. Wi-Fi signal is 94%. Yeah, you can play around a little bit with these antennas up and down. If your Wi-Fi reception is not good, I think it's not bad. Depends a little bit on the situation where your Wi-Fi router is. When I put this up, even it goes a little bit down. So I think in my case, it's even better to have it fully down. So everything is good. I'll put it outside, and then we'll go from there. So I'm back here after testing this ANRAN S02 camera for about a week, and my overall experience, I can already tell you, is really good, and I've even been missing on some functionality, and that's even a really important function of this camera, and that's the pan functionality, so you can move it to the left and to the right. I mean, it's not a full PTC, and now a bird is singing really close to the camera, so you can hear already that it has a really good microphone, very sensitive microphone. You can almost hear anything. I'll put this a little bit down, reduce the audio so you can still understand me. So we can make this a little bit larger here in the app, of course. By the way, I've been trying this also on my PC with the emulation, the BlueStacks emulation on Android, and it didn't work properly. I mean, it's working somehow, but the visibility for screen recording is not so good. So I decided to still make this video here, or finish this video from my mobile phone, even if it's a little bit difficult to see everything, but it's still better than from the PC. So what we can do, we can move the camera really left and right, as you can see. Unfortunately, when we swipe from right to left, then it's moving left, and when we swipe from left to right, then it's moving right, which I think is a little bit counterintuitive, but it works. Of course, we can also use the built-in pen functionality here. I mean, we can go down here, PTC function. You can see we can't move it up and down, but we can move it left and right. I'm not going to do this too much, but you can see I can keep here, and it's moving left, right. So I don't have a lot of wire left here, so I'm trying not to overdo, but you can see how this works. What we can also see here is, yeah, move this thing a little bit back. So let's go on full screen again, so you can see that better. I mean, it's a little bit overcast, there's not much sun, but you can still see that the quality is really good. So we have, of course, the HD and the SD, and we are on HD, which is important to have really good quality. We can zoom in here again, so you have much more details. You can see even details from the back, which are pretty far away, and that also works during the night. The quality during day and night is really good. I'm going to add some footage from the PC, especially during the night. What I've seen, that it can really reach till the very end here on the side, and here on the side, which is really far away, so it looks like it's illuminating really good. And what's also important, when we look from the left to the right, we can see this is a 90 degrees angle, and we can see this here even a little bit more. You can see, I think it's a little bit more than 90 degrees even. They are stating 90 degrees in the listing, and I think it's maybe even 94 or so, which is really good. I've seen many cameras recently coming out claiming they have 110, 120 degrees, and then at the end they have maybe 80 degrees. But what's important, what we need is 90 degrees, so we can put it in a corner and have the whole area monitored. Now let's also check on the battery level. When we go to the battery level, I'm not going to show you all the functions. I mean, there are this motion detection function where you have detection sensitivity, and then cool down period, and day and night, and we can make an alert plan. And so you can see you have plenty of options to adjust everything. I've just used, I think that's even default value 5 detection sensitivity, and the detection is absolutely great, but I'm going to tell you more about that later. Now let's go to the basic function and the power management, and we can see that we are on 79% battery left, and I've been playing around a lot, and the solar panel is not in a very good position. You can see here we are facing northwest, which is actually the worst, or almost the worst, which you can have. Again, here you can see how it's mounted. I go a little bit closer here so you can see that better. So here it's really in a shady corner, and it has only very few sun, few direct sun on the solar panel, almost nothing. You can see it maybe a little bit better. It's totally in a corner here, totally hidden. I mean, it is a nice spot to have a nice overlook of everything, but it has only very few sun, a couple of minutes of direct sun during the evening, and during the day there's almost no direct sun, and the charge is still very good. So I've already started at around 80%. And it's still at around 80%. Sometimes it has been above, sometimes it's a little bit below, depending on how much I'm playing around. If I don't play around and just see what it has been detecting, it has been gradually increasing the battery level, even with a very low sun amount. This is really good. If you have it pointed like south, or like anything from southeast to southwest with plenty of sun, it will charge a lot and be always on 100%. You don't have to be worried. It seems to have a very power efficient controller and a very good solar panel. And what's even make it better regarding the power efficiency is the alerting. I can show you that, and either it's the PIR sensor or it is the logic inside. But regarding the alerts, this is the best camera which I've ever seen so far. Yeah, here you can see there are no alerts. We can go back. I mean, when you haven't watched the alerts, it will show you on which dates we have something. Like we have something here at the beginning. I forgot to cut this thing here from the palm tree, and it was causing some false alerts, but it only happened when I had this like this. When I cut the branch here, after that I didn't have any kind of false alerts after that. This is amazing. The easiest thing is when we go from the overview directly here to the footage, and you can see in the last 3 days, this is absolutely crazy. In the last 3 days, I didn't have any kind of alerts, and this is because I have never been there. Nobody has been there in this area, and it didn't cause any kind of false alerts. I've been trying with a lot of cameras already there in this area, and all of them have been struggling heavily, but not this camera. This camera picks up everything. Every time I move in front of the camera, it has been picking up here, and if I'm not there, it's not recording anything. This is crazy. This is by far the best motion detection with PIR I've ever seen, and it's even only a battery operated camera. This is usually not even possible with a wired camera, and this is only a battery operated camera. This is absolutely phenomenal, I can tell you. There's probably nothing better than that on the market, and especially not at this price. So you have everything what you need. You can do all the adjustments, and it's really good footage, good solar, good everything. I mean, this is absolutely perfect, I would say, and especially for this price range, I would say it doesn't get any better than that. And so I can give you full recommendation on this camera, and I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.